There was a group called the Second Coming Project. It was a while back where they were trying to use DNA material from the Shroud of Turin to clone Jesus.
Jesus H. Christ?
That guy. I think, though, the Shroud of Turin has been proven to be fraudulent, and that it's, I believe it's only 500 years old. So it's not really Jesus' image that was in the cloth. And it looks fake. You ever seen the Shroud of Turin?
I've seen pictures of it.
Looks a little hokey.
Yeah.
Looks like what someone 500 years ago would make. Look, I found Jesus' covering. This is what he died in. There it is right there. Yeah.
That looks like a guy I saw just outside the hotel last night.
Yeah, that looks like, when they find, like, the Virgin Mary and a fucking grilled cheese sandwich,
Yep.
Shroud of Turin, okay, is a length of linen cloth that bears a faint image of the front and the back of a man, has been venerated for centuries, especially by members of the Catholic Church, as the actual burial shroud used to wrap the body of Jesus of Nazareth after his crucifixion, and upon which Jesus' bodily image is miraculously imprinted. The human image on the shroud can be discerned more clearly in a black and white photographic negative than in its natural sepia color, an effect discovered in 1898 by Secondo Pia, who produced the first photographs of the shroud. This negative image is associated with the popular Catholic devotion to the holy face of Jesus. The shroud's authenticity as a holy relic has been disputed even within the Catholic Church, and radiocarbon dating has shown it to be medieval artifact, with the main image created via prolonged differential exposure of a prepared fabric to bright sunlight. So the documented history of the shroud dates back to 1354 when it was exhibited in the New Collegiate Church of Liry, a village north of France. The shroud was denounced as a forgery by the Bishop of Troyes in 1389. It was acquired by the House of Savoy in 1453 and later deposited in a chapel in Chambéry, where it was damaged by fire in 1532 and 1578. The Savoys moved the shroud to their new capital in Turin, where it has remained ever since. So what was the years that they found it? Yeah, it is. Scroll down a little bit. In 1988, radiocarbon dating by 3 different laboratories established the shroud's linen material was produced between the years 1260 and 1390 to a 95% confidence level. Defenders of the authenticity of the shroud have questioned those results, usually on the basis that the samples tested might have been contaminated or taken from a repair of the original fabric. Yeah. But imagine if that's how Jesus comes back. I mean, the whole idea is that Jesus is eventually going to come back when the shit's hit the fan. Like, okay, guys, I'll let you try it on your own forever, but now I'm back. I mean, what better time for Jesus to come back when they've figured out a way to fucking make humans out of DNA? That would be a good time for Jesus to go, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Don't you guys have bigger problems?
Yeah, our site is called Clone Fathers, and we haven't done a lot with it because it's emerging technology, let's say. But can you imagine raising your own clone?
Imagine raising a little you.
I'd have to put it in a bag and throw it into the river.
I wouldn't know what to teach it. Because I would want it, if it was going to be me, it would have to make all the fucking mistakes that I've made. And I would try to tell it, hey, don't do that. Mm-hmm. But you can't, because it has to make those mistakes in order to really appreciate the negative consequences of those actions.
Yeah, your folks were telling you don't do that, and you did it anyway.
They weren't telling me shit, which is why I did it. I was the lock-key kid, which is probably how I turned out the way I am. But the baby, if I had a baby me and I was raising, I wouldn't raise it that way. I'd bring it to the best schools. I'd take care. I'd give it hugs all the time.
Yeah.
I'd give it all this love. It would have no motivation to be the kind of person that I am today, who was motivated, at least in part, by neglect.
Well, you've done quite well, and congratulations on being the most widely watched podcast on the face of this planet.
If that's not reason for the aliens to land, I don't know what is.
No, you're bringing a lot of needed information to the world. You really are.
Well, all I'm doing is going after what I'm curious about. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is approaching and engaging with things that I'm curious about. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole. It's this whole thing is run basically with 3 people and my iPhone. Literally.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no one's telling me who to have on or what to do, and you know that because how you and I have booked these podcasts, just you and me text messaging.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Come on back.
I loved it.
Let's
too.
do it.
Yeah.
It's fun, and I think that's part of also the reason why it's successful is that people know. Even though this is on Spotify and there's a massive corporation behind it that distributes it and all that, Spotify leaves me alone. At the end of the line, it's just me and Jamie. I mean, the people that are making this podcast, the people that decide things, Jamie and I we just have conversations. It's just me and him.
Yeah.
Just talking. What do you think we should do? That's it. That's it.
Kind of what Drew and I are like. We're just 2 guys in a truck.
Yeah.
We leave the house in the morning and the phone rings. No.
That's also why it's interesting. That's also why it resonates with people.
Yeah.
People don't like it. Like, if you get your news from CNN, Jesus Christ, how many fucking people are behind that thing? How many executives and producers and how much financial influence is involved in everything that gets on the air? How much incentive do the people that are saying those things? How are they being pushed? How are they being motivated by progressing their careers along the same path? What lines are they not willing to cross? What toes are they not willing to step on? What narratives are they pushing? You don't trust it. Mm-hmm. There's just too much nonsense. And also the way they talk, like the way those old-timey, they had things to worry about more than just a caveman. Like, that's phony talk, right? That's the modern phony talk is the phony talk of the people that are the broadcasters on MSNBC. That's modern phony talk. People don't like that. It doesn't feel right to them. They like when they talk to a guy like you, it's like, look what I found. I fucking sprayed water at the permafrost. like I found this. I know this is the guy who actually found it. I don't have to deal with an institution. I'm not dealing with a museum. I'm not dealing with a university. I'm not dealing with a board of investors.